From the very beginning, I've always been drawing and doodling. I can remember very clearly getting in trouble for painting and drawing on my walls at a very, very early age. So I've always been dabbling in art of some sort.
Dawna Gillespie never stopped drawing, but these days her walls are safe. Now she sketches on delicate sheets of tracing paper as the glow from her light pad mixes with the morning sun shining into her backyard studio. She's gotten her son ready for school, and now she has a few precious hours to create. But these are no aimless doodles. They're hand-drawn blueprints for one-of-a-kind objects.
I actually feel like it's kind of a burden on my soul to see everybody wearing the same thing. There's no individuality left in our society, I feel like.
Individuality inspires Dawna's work. She's never made the same thing twice. And these curvy, swooping, flowing designs will become jewelry meant to be as unique as the person wearing it.
It's like the earrings that I'm wearing, for example, they are mine, and I will never create the same design again for anybody else, and I do that with all of my work. So that in and of itself, I feel like is very sacred, having something that nobody else has.
Every intricate piece of Dawna Gillespie jewelry starts as a flat, shiny piece of copper or brass. She shapes every curve and bend by hand. No computers or assembly lines here. Just good old-fashioned elbow grease. And up to 2 weeks of snipping, sawing, and arranging.
When I picked up a saw and sawed for the first time through a piece of metal, there was this connection that I just instantaneously felt to the metal. Then I always say, let the copper dust fly. And so as I'm sawing, the copper dust is literally flying and going around me. I mean, it's very exhausting sometimes. I sit here and file and file and file and saw, and I get cramps in my arm, and butt gets sore, and I get tired, and I gotta move, and so that part of it's, kind of, it's just part of the process. So I use copper and brass to start with, and then I actually hand cut them down, and that's mainly the entirety of my materials. I do not use any machines, laser cutters. My hand is in every part of it, so that's a lot of what I really enjoy.
After hours and hours in her hands, Dawna will eventually hold something that could function as a necklace or a pair of earrings. But the piece isn't finished until she steps outside of the studio. Dawna reaches down into the earth and covers her pristine new creation with dirt.
The leaves and the dirt, I use them as a way to create texture and depth to the pieces. A certain situation in our life has really stuck to us. It has stuck with us. It has changed us. And so that's where I use the leaves and dirt to kind of mimic that as well. Because as we're picking off situation, we're left still with an imprint of those. But hopefully, you're left with something beautiful at the end of that.
Dawna's art is an expression in copper. It's bent, cut, stressed, and stained in its journey, just like all of us through life. Each piece actually represents a specific experience that she's had, using symbols to tell her story in an abstract way.
My stories are all about things that happen in my life. So whether it's me having a child, getting married, I've had friends that have had cancer. So my pieces represent all of those different things. And each piece is actually titled, just like a regular artwork would be, and I call it wearable artwork. With that, I'm able to share a story from my life, whether it's a joyous occasion or something that's caused me, pain and sorrow. I'm able to take something from my life and give beauty back to the world. It's all about taking what has happened to my soul and being able to translate that into something beautiful and give it to another soul.
From the soul and for the soul, it takes both parts to make this creativity complete. Dawna Gillespie makes a connection to her customers, and she says that's the essence of not just her jewelry, but of all art.
I truly think that art is connecting with your soul. I think that it's definitely something that you're trying to say in life. It is all about connecting with somebody and somebody believing in what I'm doing, and then me believing in putting my life out there to be vulnerable to somebody, and then them connecting with that. It's wonderful.
Looking for more stories like this one? Just hit the subscribe button for more great stories about Texas and Texans.